And welcome back to Sports Weekly, another sports stories. And one of those stories is how did Mike Bibby's mom help Steven Jackson get drafted? If you look at Steven Jackson, Wikipedia or stats, you will never see his college stats. And Steven Jackson had a great career in the NBA. He was an NBA champion back in 2003 with San Antonio Spurs. He averaged 20 plus points per game for 3 seasons. And Steven Jackson is a bonafide winner. But he almost ruined his career because he was involved to the malice at the palace. And that was when Ron Artest ended up going to the stands and fighting everyone, the fans, the players, and Steven Jackson is part of it. But it ended up getting better when he got traded to the Warriors. And after that, the rest is history. But how did he get drafted? How did Steven Jackson got drafted? He wasn't a college player. He wasn't playing for a good college team. And Steven Jackson, back when he was in high school, he was a great high school basketball player. He was committed to join the University of Arizona because he is good friends with Mike Bibby. Fortunately, he was ruled academically ineligible due to low SATs and ACTs test scores. So kids, make sure you study because if you're good at basketball, it doesn't matter if your grades are low. So he attended the Butler County Community College of El Dorado, Kansas for just 1 semester. He had no chance to get drafted because he went to community college. You don't really hear NBA teams running and crawling for community college players. And that's the only reason why he didn't get any scouts watching his games. In high school, he was really great, but he went to community college. So he thought his basketball career is over, but Virginia Bibby, Mike Bibby's mom, have a different plan for him. Steven Jackson can get in any D1 colleges. So Virginia Bibby brought Steven Jackson to Phoenix Suns open run practice. And he was only 17, 18-year-old that time. He was guarding Cedric Ceballos at the practice, and he said he served him up. And that was back in the day when Jason Kidd was on the team because they went to ESPN and talked about it. Like, hey, do you remember I was in 1997, I was playing for Suns practice because Mike Bibby's mom brought me there. And in 1997, because Danny Ainge was the GM at that time, Suns ended up drafting Steven Jackson to the team, but he didn't play a single minute. Got released by the end of October by the team. So he went to CBA, Australia, Dominican, and Venezuela for basketball. So he had like 2000 overseas resume in his back. So Nets ended up signing him in 2001-2002 season, and he became one of the most decorated basketball players ever in the NBA. And nowadays, he is a sports analyst for ESPN and host of All the Smoke podcast in HBO, or you can just check sports podcast and All the Smoke will be there. And that is basically a great story for someone who thought his career is over and someone saved it because of someone's mom. And that's it for Steven Jackson's story. Make sure to check out My Filipino TV for all contents and other things. And make sure to watch us next week. So, see ya.